Guys, I have to tell you about the most mind-blowing night of my life. You know, those nights that just hit different, that make your whole body tingle. Just thinking about them. Well, I walked into this bar. I'd passed 1,000 times. And holy, what happened next was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. I'm still riding that high, days later. Buckle up, because this story, it's about to get real. If you're into stories that push boundaries and make your heart race, you're going to want to stick around for this one. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive, and trust me, you won't regret it, okay? So I'd never actually been inside this bar before. You know, the typone of those places you walk past literally every day, always telling yourself, yeah, I'll check it out sometime, but never do it. Had this vibe, you know, like the dim lights spilling onto the sidewalk were practically begging me to come in. And God, did I need something different that night. Work had been kicking my ass, and I was so done with the whole email deadline fake smile routine. I needed something real, something that actually made me feel alive. So yeah, I walked in. The first thing that hit me was this amazing smell, like citrus and wood polish, but subtle, you know, but holy. The second thing, noticed the bartender. Like, damn, this guy had arms that looked like moonlighted as a lumberjack or something, not just mixing drinks. His sleeves were rolled up, showing off these incredible forearms. And when he looked my way, my stomach literally did backflips. I slid onto a bar stool, suddenly super aware of my skirt, maybe a little tighter than I'd realized first time here. He asked in his voice, "Pure honey?" I just nodded, because honestly my heart was pounding so hard I didn't trust myself to speak. We started talking well. Mostly I did, but the way he asked questions, it wasn't just small talk. You know, he actually made me feel seen, like really seen, for the first time in forever. What did Ito did? I like it. Why, tonight I found myself leaning in closer, laughing more than usual, feeling like I'd shed about 10 years of adulting. "I'm Liam," he said, reaching out to shake my hand. His grip was firm, warm, and when our hands stayed together just a moment too long, yeah, there was definitely something there. Then plot twist. Jack walked in picture. This the kind of guy who doesn't even have to try to get attention. Messy blonde hair that somehow looked perfect. Leather jacket just casually thrown over his shoulder, and this confidence that just filled the room. He sat down, a couple stools away, ordered whiskey Nadita. Of course he did. And when he looked at me, that smile was trouble in all the best ways. And suddenly I'm in the middle of something I've never experienced before. Jack joins our chat, and I can feel Liam getting tense. Not obviously, but you know how guys get. His questions got more pointed, more personal. But Jack, he wasn't backing down. The whole thing turned into this electric back and forth that had me completely hooked. By the time I finished my drink, it was crystal clear what was happening. They were competing for me. That's when it hit me. I could walk out with one of them, or I could do something I'd never done before. Something that made my cheeks flush just thinking about it. Was I really about to look at Liam than Jack? They were both watching me, waiting, and you know what I said, why not? Both Liam's place was exactly what you'd expect. Leather couch, vinyl records everywhere, and this amazing smell of cedar and fresh laundry. Jack just strolls in like he owns the place, tosses his jacket on a chair, and suddenly it all felt very real. The click of that door closing behind us. Game changer. The couch was soft, but everything else. Pure electricity. Their hands, their breathing. God. I was aware of everything. Liam's in front of me, his hand sliding up my thigh, like he's done this 1,000 times, while Jack's behind me, his hands on my shoulders tracing down my back in a way that made me shiver. Liam's lips found my neck, first his breath hot against my skin, sending these little shock waves down my spine. Jack started working on my skirt zipper, each little tug promising more. My heart was going crazy, but there was no way I was stopping this. I just leaned into the both, letting their touch anchor me in that moment. Jack's grip on my hips was firm but controlled, like he was holding back. But Liam, total opposite. His hands found bare skin, and those circles, his thumbs, were making driving me wild. The contrast between them was intoxicating, like being caught between two different kinds of perfect jack stubble grazed my shoulder. And oh my God, the feeling of Liam pressing closer, their warmth surrounding me, clothes started coming off, punctuated by these little gasps and whispers that said more than words ever could. Their touches got more insistent, Liam's grip tightening on my hips. In this incredibly grounding way, while my mind was spinning, Jack's lips found the back of my neck. His hands, exploring with this reverence that completely contrasted with his heated breathing, the way they moved together. Seamless. They'd choreographed it or something. Liam's strength was tempered with this surprising gentleness, while Jack's hand steadied me's. My breathing got faster and faster. It was overwhelming in the absolute best way. Like this perfect symphony, I never knew I needed the intimacy. Hit me in waves, their hands, their lips, their warmth. And then this sudden realization, how natural it all felt. All that nervous energy from earlier gone. The way they touched me, like they just knew exactly what I needed. It was addictive. Everything outside just disappeared. All I could hear was our breathing, skin on skin, the couch creaking beneath us, the heat between us just built and built. Every touch and kiss pulling me deeper into this endless moment that somehow still ended too soon. We just lay there afterward, catching our breath as reality started creeping back in. Liam got up first, heading to the kitchen for water without saying anything, leaving me with Jack. He just lounged there looking all satisfied, with his arms stretched out on the couch, back giving me this smirk that made me blush all over again. When Liam came back, he handed me water, his fingers brushing mine. In this way that said everything. No awkwardness, no pressure, just this mutual understanding that whatever this was, it was exactly what we all needed. Jack got up shortly after, grabbed his jacket, and hit me with this teasing, "Don't get too comfortable without me," before kissing my temple and heading out, leaving behind that amazing leather and whiskey scent. I stayed just a minute longer, feeling the couch beneath my fingers, still trying to process everything. Liam walked me to the door, gave me this look I still can't figure out, and just said, "Take care." Stepping into the night air, the city felt different, more alive, but also weirdly peaceful. My pulse was still racing from their touch. And yeah, there was this little voice wondering if I'd crossed some line I couldn't uncross. But honestly, I just let myself ride. That high all the way, music. Homewoo, I still get butterflies sharing this story. If you felt that electricity, smash that like button and drop a comment telling me about your most unforgettable night. And hey, if you want more stories that'll make your pulse race, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Until next time, keep chasing those wild nights.